Okay, class, today we're going to begin with a warm-up activity of crazy cones. Have we played crazy cones in here yet? Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to divide up into two different teams. One on this side of the gym, the other on this side of the gym. The job of team one is going to be to knock the cones over. The job of team two is to turn the cones back over. So I'm going to divide you up into teams now. The first two rows, walk down behind the yellow line. Make sure you don't touch the basketballs or the glove. These two lines right here, back behind the yellow line. And you four back behind this yellow line. Okay, good. We're going to start with this team over here turning the cones back over. This team over here knocking the cones over. And when you knock the cones over, you don't kick them, or all you have to do is turn them over with your hands. There's none of this either. You can't throw them. The other team has to be able to pick them up in the exact same spot that you knocked it over. Another thing is you don't need to be on your hands and knees to knock them over. Just stay on your feet, knock the cones over, go to the next cone, knock it over. This team's knocking them over, this team's picking them back up. On my signal. The signal today is going to be some music.
You got another student in caricature.
Okay, you join in on this team right here. And y'all tell her what she's going to be doing? What's she going to be doing? You're going to pick the cones back up. This team over here is going to be knocking them over, okay? No screaming or yelling. The start and stop signal is going to be music. So when you hear the music stop, you stop in your tracks.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5.
Good job, class. I want you to walk back to where you started from, each line. Y'all did a good job that time of moving with control and not running into anybody. This time we're going to switch jobs. This time you're going to be doing what? We're going to switch jobs? This time y'all are going to be knocking them down. This time y'all will be picking them back up. Everybody got it? Listen for the start and stop signal. Play one more time. Back to your spot, back to each line you started from. The cones can stay where they are. We'll switch jobs one more time. Everybody breathing hard? Everybody sweating? This time y'all be picking them, you'll be turning them back over, right? Y'all be picking them back up. Everybody got it? Okay, walk back to your assigned spots. Good job, class. Now, today's lesson is going to be over basketball. Before we do that, I need everybody that's standing on this yellow line, this yellow line, this yellow line to pick up a cone and set it on your spot. You don't have a spot? Stand on the spot right here. Okay. Has everybody got a spot, a cone on their spot? Let's see. Okay. Today's lesson is going to be over basketball. Now, there was something in basketball that happened 2 nights ago. And I asked the class this yesterday and they didn't know. Is there anybody in here that can tell me what happened, a big sporting event, a big basketball game that happened 2 nights ago? Raise your hand. You know? It was the national championship in college basketball. 2 teams played in it. Duke and Arizona. And Duke beat Arizona. They're the national champions of college men's this year. What we're going to be working on is some basketball dribbling today. Besides dribbling, can anybody else name me some more dribbling skills? Excuse me, more basketball skills. Not just dribbling? Yes? Layup, shooting, that's one. What's another one? Three-pointers. What's another one besides shooting and dribbling? Yes? Huh? Thanking it. Yeah, but what's something else besides shooting? It's involved in shooting. Yes? Passing. That's a good one. Yes? Yes? What? Pivoting. That's a very good one. Yes? Stealing or defense. That's very good. I want... to be a good... What does it take to be a good dribbler? Practice. What do you practice? What skills of dribbling do you practice? Yes. Bend your knees? You have to bend your knees. What do you use on your hand to be a good dribbler? Yes. Finger pads. Keep your knees bent, finger pads, and where do you want to keep the ball at when you dribble? In front of you and no higher than your... Okay, very good. I want this first line right here to walk to the red hula hoop, grab a basketball, come back to your spot and set the ball between your ankles. This line right here, walk to the yellow hula hoop. This first line right here, walk to the red hula hoop. Get a ball, come back, set it between your ankles. This line, walk to the blue hula hoop. Go to the red one, get that basketball. The yellow one. And you two go to the blue hula hoop, grab a basketball, come back, set it between your legs. First thing we're going to do is we're going to dribble in place. So, when I give you the signal, I want you to pick up your basketball. We're going to take 10 dribbles with our favorite hand, and then we're going to place the ball back between our ankles. Now, when you dribble, remember to keep your knees bent, use your finger pads, and you have to have the leg that you're on the side that you're dribbling with slightly behind. Or if you don't, the ball will bounce off your toes and go across the floor. And keep your head up. Everybody should look at me. This is what it should look like. Head up. No higher than your waist. Don't dribble any higher than your waist. Again. Should be just 10 times. And after you dribble 10 times, what do? Very good. Now I want to take the ball in the other hand on my signal. We're going to take the ball in the other hand. Use your favorite hand that time. Use your other hand this time. We're going to take 10 dribbles with it. Keep your head up, knees bent, and remember, after you take 10 dribbles, what are you supposed to do? Very good. What's your name? Kevin? Oh, Devin? Oh, everybody watch Devin real quick. Do that again. He's doing a very good job. He's keeping the ball real low, keeping his head up. Everybody see that? That's where I want you to dribble. Okay, thanks. Now we're going to work on what's called a ball handling trick. We're going to take the ball around our waist. Ball handling tricks aren't used in the game of basketball because who's going to sit there and take the ball around their waist a lot while somebody's trying to guard them? They're going to take it away from them, aren't they? So, but we're going to practice anyway. The reason we practice them are to get comfortable with the ball and get a good feel for the ball. So on my signal, we're going to take the ball around our waist. We don't roll it around our waist. The ball doesn't touch our waist like this. We take the ball and wrap it around our waist. This is what it should look like. Okay. We're going to take the ball. We're going to make 5 circles around our body. Okay? Now we're going to practice on what's called the crossover. The crossover is used when you're dribbling to one side of the court and a defender comes up to guard you. You can't go further because you'll get called for a charge and run over that player. So instead of running over that player, you cross over to your other hand and dribble away from the defender. It should look like this. Dribble, defender stops you, cross over, and dribble with your other hand. Okay? Now, on a crossover, you're already going to be low. Knees bent. On a crossover, you go just a little bit lower. Ooh. And don't dribble off your foot. Go a little bit lower. So, I want everybody to go just a little bit lower. Take the ball in your favorite hand to begin with, on my signal. Take the ball in your favorite hand, cross over to your other hand. We're going to do that. We're going to take 10 dribbles. So, back and forth, back and forth. Take 10 dribbles. Set the ball back between your ankles. Very good. Now we're going to practice on dribbling while we're moving. So I want each line to walk down past the yellow line, the last yellow line on my signal. You understand what I'm saying? This is a line right here. I want you to walk all the way down to that yellow line. With your basketball. Everybody stay in your lines. With the first person in the line. And while you're waiting, while the first people in line, once you have your basketball out. The rest, everybody else should have the basketball between your ankles. First person in line, fly up. Who's the first person in this line? Okay. Stand right here. Okay, everybody see the cones right in front of them, right? Now there's 2 cones missing. We're going to imagine there's cones there. Right there and right there. But the first we're not going to use the cones. We're going to dribble beside the cones. You can pick either side to dribble on. This side or this side. We'll take and dribble all the way down. Dribble all the way down to the other yellow line. Right where you're standing out on the other side. With your favorite hand. You can pick either side of the cones to dribble with. Remember to keep your knees bent and your head up. Go. Here you go. Third, go. Fourth, go. Go. What should the basketballs be? Very good. Each time you get through, I want you to do that. We're going to do it again, except this time we're going to use our other hand. Okay? Still, you can pick either side to go on. Remember to keep use your finger pads and keep the ball no higher than your waist. Begin. What should the basketballs be? Very good. Listen. This time we're going to use the cones. We're going to dribble with either hand you want to. You get to pick. You're going to dribble in and out the cones. You're going to weave all the way down. It should look like this. Yes? No. Right now we're just working on regular dribble. It should look like this. Dribble down. Whichever side of the cone you pick, you got to get dribble on the other side of this cone. You go around this side, you go around the opposite side on the next cone. First dribbler's up. Good. Weave in and out of the cone. Next, we're going to cross over at each cone. Okay? But pay special attention. What should the basketballs be? Okay. Now, this is the way it should look. You're going to cross over at each cone, okay? First person's going to do this. Dribble up. You still got to keep your head up. You got to know where the cones are. First person up. Cross over at each cone. Begin. Cross over the other hand. Good job, good job. Y'all doing a good job, class. We'll do that one more time. I think the crossover needs a little work. Remember, you're keeping the ball in the same hand until you get to the cone. Let me see your ball. Everybody pay attention. Keep the ball in the same hand until you get to the cone. Then crossover. But the ball stays in the same hand until you get to the next cone, then you cross over. Okay? First person ready? Okay, give me your ears. I want the first person in line this time. Set your basketball down, walk down, and get each of your cones. Bring them to me. Just the first person. Right here. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to play dribble tag. Now listen. There's a lot of different ways to play dribble tag. The way we're going to play it is the tagger is not going to be dribbling. The tagger is not going to have a basketball. And whenever the tagger tags you, you're going to do that ball handling drill we did. Go around your waist. Or whenever you lose the basketball. If the ball gets away from you and you can't keep your dribble alive, you have to take the ball around your waist. Until somebody else that's dribbling comes up and unfreezes you. Now the people that are dribbling, they're going to unfreeze you. They got to keep that dribble alive. You can't do this. Let me see your basketball. If he's frozen, I'm going to come up and unfreeze him. I'm dribbling. I can't pick up the basketball and unfreeze him. I have to keep my head up, keep my dribble alive, reach out with my other hand, and tag him. Then he can go. Okay. To begin with, I want you to be the tagger. Would you walk down under that basketball goal? Everybody else, take your basketball, find a space on the floor. Okay? A couple more things. Hold the basketball. Pay attention. Remember, our tagging lines, nobody should be outside the yellow. If for some reason your basketball gets outside the yellow, you have to retrieve it, come back inbounds, and do the ball handling trick. No screaming or yelling, remember? And move with control. We're going to use the music again. I know it's hard to listen to the music in here while they were dribbling. I'll have to turn it up a little bit. But the music had stopped for about 10 seconds and nobody else stopped. I'll turn it up just a little bit so you can hear it. I know it's loud because of basketball. It's my fault. Now we're going to have two taggers. I don't take hands. You, Devin. And you, be a tagger. Walk down to the basketball goal, the taggers. Everybody else spread out. Here in the game. Listen for the music this time. Y'all did a good job of no screaming or yelling that time. You listen? They did a good job last time of not screaming or yelling. But I saw some people out of bounds. And some people taking the ball and just running with it. Remember, you got to keep your dribble alive. You got to keep dribbling. You have to dribble the whole time. Woo! You okay?
Word to you,
more time with 3 taggers. Okay? You. You. And you. Good tag. Everybody else? Needs a basketball? Spread out. Okay, hold the basketball. There's one more thing. I've seen some people not dealing with their heads up, and somebody would be frozen doing their ball handling trick right in front of them, and they wouldn't tag them. So I got to help each other out. So the thing was, they didn't have their head up, so they never did see them. They were dribbling like this, dribbled right past somebody. It was frozen. Want y'all to spread out. Remember to move with control. We had a big collision last time too because people didn't keep their heads up. Move with control. Okay, listen up. On all the girls with green on. So walk your basketball over to the container and place it in there. Line up on the black line. Walk. Just the girls with green on. All the boys with blue on. Walk. Place your ball in the container. Come back over, stay on the black line. The girls with blue on. Walk. Line up on the black line. Everybody else, walk. Put your ball in the container. Yeah.
What'd you do?
Okay, class. I got a couple questions for you. At the beginning of class, I asked you if you knew what happened 2 nights ago. Can anybody tell me now? Yeah, I saw your hand first. Yeah, they did. It was the national championship of college basketball. And what does it take? Let me have a couple people say just one thing of what it takes to become a good dribbler. You? Practice. What do you practice? Yeah. Practice dribbling how? What are the things you do to get a good dribbler? Yeah. Can you help her out? Legs bent. What do you use on your hands? Yes. Finger pads. What do you do with your heads? Yes. Leave them up. Very good job, class. Have to give you a 10 today. Y'all work hard. What? We can't. We got to go to class. Lead them down the line to the exit.
Don't do it.